Working together can be a really positive experience, but everyone knows an example where teamwork hasn't been successful. Or maybe you've been involved in a group project before and felt that some people in the group just weren't pulling their weight. Or maybe at your work meetings there are always one or two people sharing ideas, making suggestions and taking responsibility, while others sit back and do nothing. Well, think of an example of a successful team you know, or maybe you've been a part of. Why do you think that team was successful? What were the positive aspects of the team? So why are teams important anyway? What does teamwork involve? What are the skills you need to work in a team? And what are the roles of people within teams? An individual alone can never make an organization successful. It's always the result of teamwork.
We're very much into teams at Dell. We think that works exceptionally well, and we'd have a front of house team, we'd have a cooking team, we have a catering team, and all of those teams of course have their own supervisory staff and a team of young people that are learning and training and working in the organisation. Most of the teams have, like the catering team for instance, has a chef that's had a lot of experience in catering, so she takes the lead there. At the back of the house at the cafes, there's a chef at each site too in the kitchen area, and again they've had that type of experience. And then from there are other supervisors. So the young person is usually asked if they have a preference to working in the front of house or in the kitchen or in the catering. We can usually accommodate most people with that. And they may do that for 3 or 4 months and then have a change. It doesn't even have to be that long. They can request a change at any time, and if it works well, we'll swap them over with somebody that's in the team that they may want to go into. So it gives them a big variety of being able to change around and do that.
A football club couldn't win the grand final without exceptional teamwork. There may be some individual stars who have incredible skills, but they couldn't win without the team. Likewise, teams are not always successful. Just like last year's grand final winner had to do some hard work to develop their team over the years, sometimes it will feel like your team is not successful and you might want to give up. But if everyone is focused on the goal and works hard to get there, develops their skills and has the support of a coach, mentor or manager, your team will surely get there. Think about what teamwork involves. Effective teamwork includes working with people of different ages, genders, races, cultures, religions or political beliefs. Working as an individual and at the same time as a member of the team, and knowing what your role is within the team. You could apply teamwork skills to a range of situations, as well as identifying the strengths of all team members, including yourself. You should also be mindful of personal differences in learning and working styles. A good team member also does some of the coaching, mentoring, and giving feedback. There are some specific teamwork skills you can develop, such as listening to the team's ideas and using these to get new ideas. You may even ask questions to help team members work out what to do.
If I was wanting to demonstrate that I was a team player and I was a new learner moving into the workplace, I would demonstrate that by drawing on my experience of my training. So if I was a young person that was moving into the workplace, I would say, well look, you know, during my, while studying at Swinburne for example, I've had opportunity to work with a number of my peers in work teams where we've actually worked on projects together. That's given me an opportunity to demonstrate that I can work effectively with others, and I've actually got the skills and the communication to be able to problem solve or resolve conflict. And I would also draw on the fact that if I had a part-time job and I was employed in the real world in some other capacity, I'd actually draw on that experience as well, because often students don't recognise that if they've got a part-time job at Kmart or have got a part-time job working at Myer at Chadstone, that in fact that's actually contributing to their employability. But they'll actually then apply for a position in another sector, and because those connections have not been made, they don't talk about it.
You can further develop your teamwork skills by exchanging, explaining, and defending ideas. Making sure you respect opinions and give encouragement and support for new ideas and efforts. Offering assistance, sharing jobs, thoughts and ideas, and participating actively and enthusiastically can also help you develop team skills. You also need other employability skills such as general communication and problem solving to work effectively in teams and have productive relationships with work colleagues.
We've probably only had a couple that haven't really been suited for the job, and I think they realise that themselves because they'll resist. Like, everybody thinks it's great fun to work in a shop or a cafe and it's hospitality. They don't realise that they also have to mop the floors and do the dishes and clean the loos out and all of those, and often that's usually a levelling field there when people start saying don't want to do that. And my training behind that will always used to be, well, while I still do it, you'll be doing it too. Thank you very much. So and it's only fair. It's that team thing again. And if somebody just doesn't want to do those sorts of jobs and you allow it or let them get away with it, then it's not fair to the rest of the team. So it's that whole, as I said, going back to that team thing. I think it's very, very important.
A team usually works best when it has a variety of people with different characteristics, abilities and responsibilities. Formal work teams will have official roles. For example, a crew in a factory could consist of several production teams with operators at varying skill levels. A team would have a team leader and possibly a nominated trainer for training junior operators. Crews also have elected safety representatives and union delegates and are managed by shift supervisors. Less formal teams will decide the roles according to the goals of the team, and then people will be matched with these roles. Every team needs a leader to guide the group through the whole process of achieving its goal. Think of the benefits of teamwork to you. Teamwork is obviously important to help an organisation achieve its goals, but there are also some important personal benefits for the team members. You have the sense of belonging to a group. You have ownership of work. You can learn about yourself. You learn skills from others. And you get encouragement from others. Well, that's all very good, but what about when it goes wrong? No team's perfect, and there's no simple solution to cover every possible problem a team might run into. The key is good communication. If team members recognise that there's a problem, they need to discuss it openly and work together towards a solution. During this process, it's important to remember the basic team skills of listening, sharing, showing respect, and so on. Solving a problem can become a strengthening process, but if it's not done well, the team can disintegrate. The person with the ultimate responsibility for the smooth running of the team is the leader. But there are usually people outside the team who can either give advice or make management decisions about reorganising a team with problems. In a study context, this would be your teacher. At work, it might be a manager or even the boss.